As always, I want to go ahead and thank each and every one of you for listening in to the 15 Minutes of Fame podcast with myself, Paper Drew. And if you never want to miss any of my episodes, I would highly suggest that you look into the Pocket Cast app and download it on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store or on the web at pocketcast.com. Now, the best thing about this app is that it has a host of different features, like you can play without subscribing. You can also do an advanced episode search. So go ahead and check out the Pocket Cast app. It's beautifully designed, easy to use, and I know that you're going to love it, just like I do. Okay, so if anyone can objectively explain to me the reason of why Joakim Noah is currently in the NBA and Carmelo Anthony isn't, I would greatly appreciate it. I mean, it just is mind-boggling on how they are effectively pushing Carmelo Anthony out of the NBA. Or not pushing there, that he's been pushed as he's still not on any roster. They let him go, they being Houston, let him go after 10 games in which James Harden was not playing great and he was hurt. Chris Paul wasn't playing great, probably still a little bit banged up from last season as well, the preseason, just catching up. Losing Trevor Ariza, which was bigger than they anticipated, I'm certain. Luke Mbakmute, or however you say his name. Sounds better when I say it in my head. Also, having Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, Clint Capella, these guys coming back, trying to assimilate themselves. Their defensive coordinator effectively gone, leaving the team abruptly. Mike D'Antoni talking about how they were one game away or one quarter away or whatever he was talking about. And then they bring Carmelo Anthony, the 11th hour effectively. Bring him in, have him pretty much be a spot-up shooter, as you have Chris Paul and James Harden who take up a majority of the possessions, as they will, as they very well should. Chris Paul is the floor general. James Harden did a serviceable job last year as far as running the point. 7 seconds or less, people are going to get their shots. He's going to get his assists. The numbers are going to look good. Mike D'Antoni has a great way of making guys look good as far as the offense is concerned. Defense, we all know, it's been chronicled, he's not a big proponent on defense. I don't even think he cares about defense, to be honest with you. I'm a Knicks fan. When he was coaching the Knicks, defense was the furthest thing that I think I've ever seen. A gritty New York team is what they're usually known for in the 80s and the 90s, even the early 2000s, a little bit. Defense was not something that is known to be on his team. It's up and down, fast-paced basketball, shoot threes, get the ball to the hoop, 7 seconds or less. That's what he's known for. That's what ball movement, pick and rolls, things like that. For the love of God, he made Raymond Felton, and to a lesser degree, he made Chris Duhon look good. So you can't tell me that it's not the offense that makes these guys look good. Obviously it is. Most of these guys in the NBA can score on anybody at any given time, especially when you're shooting up shots, long rebounds. It kind of makes the other team play that same way, shooting the ball, shooting threes, long shots equal long rebounds. Anybody who plays basketball or watches basketball knows that. Going up and down the court, get fast breaks, movement, ball movement, player movement, pick and rolls. One of the best, easiest ways to score in the game. Easy. So tell me, if anyone can objectively explain to me the reason why Carmelo Anthony is currently not in the NBA, as good as a mid-range shooter as he is, maybe not such a great three-point shooter, maybe holds the ball a little too much. These things are not maybe. I'm just saying maybe just for there's some people out there who don't believe that that's true. But it is. So take the maybe and take that as me saying that that's exactly what he is. He's not a great three-point shooter. He's not someone who moves the ball very much. He's a ball stopper. But in the playoffs, when the game screeches to a halt, as we see very often in playoff basketball, the pace slows down. Things start to get, a little hairy in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, especially in close games. The defense tightens up a little bit. Games are decided maybe by 5, 6, 10 points swings at any given time. There's free throws, a couple threes, layups. Explain to me why this guy's not on a team when he can take the ball, get in the post, tell him to back somebody down, bruise them up, go get us a bucket. If anybody in the NBA you can give the ball to and say, go get me a bucket, is Carmelo Anthony. Still, I believe he can still get you a bucket in the NBA. You give him the ball, throw it, dump it to him down low, tell him to go to work. You got 10, 12 seconds. Go to work. And I think if someone were to give him the opportunity and say, hey, listen, obviously he's not going to be the Rockets anymore. Obviously he's not going to be, I don't think, it's not going to be Golden State at this point either, I don't think. Obviously he's not going to be OKC. It's not going to be the Knicks. They're rebuilding. Not going to be a lot of teams. Obviously it's not going to be 30 teams or 29 teams. However many teams are in the NBA now, I don't even remember. Some of them shouldn't even be in the NBA. But that being said, I don't understand. So this is just a quick, I just wanted to drop this out there. Wanted to get some of your guys' opinions. If you guys want to go ahead and drop a message in, I would greatly appreciate it. We can continue this entire conversation on a longer podcast, but I just wanted to touch on this because I don't understand the reasoning. Joakim Noah was an absolute albatross with the Knicks. Him and Phil Jackson should be brought up on charges of robbery, grand larceny, not robbery, grand larceny, grand theft to the highest degree. Whatever is the highest charge they can get charged with is what they should be charged with. Nepotism to the 10th degree. They spent time together in Montana. I would only imagine smoking marijuana, the highest amount of marijuana possible for these two guys to get together, and this guy to give him a 3-year, $72 million contract after the Bulls, one of the worst teams after the Derrick Rose, Luol Deng disaster, one of the worst players after that whole core was broken up. Why would you? I don't understand. So that being said, we'll go into that in a different podcast if you guys want to talk about it. But why is he on a Memphis Grizzlies team who has one of the best record right now, surprisingly enough, in the NBA, surprising a lot of teams? The grit and grind is back. Mike Conley obviously is back. He's a big reason why they're where they're at. There's a rookie out there. He's doing pretty good. Jefferson, I believe his last name is, pretty damn good. Marc Gasol is playing well. They have a good coach, JB Bickerstaff, so let's not act like the coach is not in part of that. But to bring in Joakim Noah for what? You have a logjam at that position pretty much. You got long, athletic bigs who can play and who've proved that they can play better than Joakim Noah has showed over the past 2 or 3 seasons. I mean, he was hurt with a hamstring, then he was banged up with a shoulder, then he got suspended for steroids or banned substance, whatever it is, human growth hormone, whatever the hell he was on. And then when he did play, he played horribly. And then he got mad at Jeff Hornacek for not playing him. You played like crap. But again, we'll talk about that in a different episode. I just wanted to drop this out there. If anyone can objectively tell me, this is strictly Carmelo Anthony versus Joakim Noah. And I know they're 2 different players with 2 different skill sets. However, that being said, you have a serviceable, we'll deem him serviceable at this point. Joakim Noah is a serviceable big man, and then you have Carmelo Anthony, I believe, is a serviceable power forward, small forward still for his mid-range. And to go get you a bucket. He can get you a bucket still. Vince Carter's on the team still. And I'm nothing against Vince Carter, because Vince Carter is a great player. I think he's a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion. and obviously a great locker room veteran. Maybe Carmelo Anthony, maybe that's the reason he's not seen as a great locker room veteran at this point, and he's not willing to accept that role. So if anybody wants to talk about that, let me know, please. I will be more than willing to hear it. And I said objectively. So don't come to me with any Carmelo slander as far as anything else other than objectively comparing these two players and saying this guy has a job versus this guy not having a job, and what is the objective reason why. It's Paper Drew, 15 Minutes of Flame. As always, y'all stay blessed, and I look forward to hearing from you.